Welcome to Inner Purpose Therapy. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the captivating world of hypnosis. Sometimes shrouded in mystery and misconceptions, hypnosis is actually a powerful tool that can unlock immense potential within us. But before we dive into the depths of our subconscious mind, it's essential to understand the science behind hypnosis. Hypnosis, at its core, is a state of heightened focus and suggestibility. It's like taking the reins of your subconscious mind and directing it towards positive change. So, sit back, relax, and join us on this fascinating journey as we demystify the magic behind hypnosis and reveal how it can help us tap into the power of our subconscious mind. Stay tuned as we unfold the secrets of our mind and the incredible science that allows us to mold it to our benefit. Your subconscious mind is a vast resource. The huge chunk of the iceberg below the surface is a great way of imagining it. It's like a huge library. When you face a particular situation, you can go through the content of the library and find the relevant response. Therefore, it simplifies your life. You don't have to learn how to do everything from scratch, like dialing and making a call, using a toilet, or switching on a light. You get the picture. It doesn't require you to think consciously because it's automatic and fast. A great example is learning to ride a bicycle or drive a car. At first, you have to engage your conscious mind. You have to put in effort, and that uses up a lot of your brain's resources. But once you've mastered it, it's easy and automatic. You don't have to think about it anymore. And that frees up a lot of your brain's resources for other things, like all the information you have to learn for your course at uni. And all of this and everything you do, think, and feel is based on the connections in your brain, the neural connections. That means your entire psychological makeup, the person you know as you, is rooted in the biology of your brain. Historically, it was believed that these connections become hardwired over time. However, research has found that they are not hardwired at all, but change constantly, depending on our environment, thoughts, and behavior. This is called neuroplasticity and means that through training, we can change the way our brain is wired, meaning we can change the way we think, feel, and behave. Imagine standing in front of a dense forest. There's no obvious path, but you decide to make your way through a particular opening. You chop down the branches and flatten the undergrowth, leaving a trail through the forest. Now, every time you go to this forest, you take the same path because it's already been cleared, and that's the easiest option. That's how neural connections in the brain work too. The more often they're used, the easier it becomes to use them. Taking a different path means you'd have to clear the space first. It would take effort, but once you've made your way through it once or twice, it becomes easier and easier, and the old path starts overgrowing. In this way, you can create new neural pathways in your brain that allow new ways of thinking and behaving to become automatic and easy. But at first, it requires a little bit of training and effort. Suppose you carry the belief that you're not likable. You find yourself in a lecture where no one opts to sit next to you. In such a situation, your immediate and automatic thought is, "I'm not likable, I'm a loser, I'll never have friends." This thought process is effortless and automatic because it's rooted in your subconscious belief about your own worth or your ability to make friends. But altering this thought pattern to "it's just a coincidence" or "perhaps I should take the initiative and sit next to someone" can feel awkward and unnatural initially. However, despite your underlying belief urging you to resort to your old way of thinking, with deliberate practice, you can train yourself to entertain these alternative thoughts until they become your automatic response. These automatic thoughts and actions are patterns stored in your subconscious mind. Methods like hypnosis can help us access our subconscious mind and transform these patterns, replacing them with new, more beneficial ones. As mentioned before, your subconscious mind's content directs what you consciously pay attention to. Thus, by transforming what's happening in your subconscious, we can modify the reality you consciously experience. When your subconscious beliefs are optimistic, you perceive reality more positively. We've touched on the power of your imagination and how it can incite a physiological response just like real-life events. This is because your subconscious mind fails to distinguish between reality and vivid imagination. When you visualize something, it triggers the same reaction as if it were actually occurring, because your subconscious mind cannot differentiate. For instance, you're preparing for an upcoming exam, but your mind drifts off, imagining not knowing the answers, running out of or being so anxious that you can't write anything down. Suppose you envision everything that could go wrong 50 times. Then you take the actual exam and it goes fine. But in your mind, you've taken 51 exams and 50 were a catastrophe. According to your subconscious mind, that's how reality unfolded, and it all goes into your stress bucket. What we want, instead, is for your mind to concentrate on the most favorable outcome, vividly imagining how you want the exam to go. Because doing so will incite the same physiological response in your mind and body as if it were really happening. This is why you must focus on your desires rather than what you want to avoid. The subconscious mind doesn't comprehend negations, don't, won't, can't, etc. So if you think, I don't want to be lonely at university, the subconscious mind only understands, I want to be lonely at university. Hence, you should be thinking, I want to make friends at university. Now that we've understood the power of imagination, let's move on to how we can effectively communicate with our subconscious mind. So, here's an exercise for you. Take a moment and write down what you want in response to the questions I'm about to ask. Remember, when you jot down the answers, it's crucial to focus on what you do want, not what you don't want. Dream big. Don't let any negative beliefs limit your desires. Write from the heart and let your goals, wishes, and dreams run wild. Ready? Here we go. 1. What outcome do you want for this year at university? 2. What do you want to achieve over the next 6 months? 3. What kind of person do you aspire to be? 4. How do you want other people to perceive you? 5. What does a fulfilling and meaningful life mean to you? This exercise is a simple yet powerful way to communicate to your subconscious mind what you consciously desire. When you find yourself in the grip of fear and you catch yourself imagining all the ways things could go wrong, remember, these are automatic thoughts based on your subconscious beliefs. But the good news is, these beliefs and thought patterns can be changed with consistent practice and training. When you approach life from a place of fear, you're operating from the emotional mind, the limbic system, and you're more likely to interpret things negatively as a threat. Instead, try to focus on finding the solution, which will involve the intellectual mind, the solution-focused part of the brain. Sounds like hard work, right? Well, hypnosis can make this whole process easier. But remember, you need to have an open mind, follow the instructions, and make a commitment to changing your life for the better. Welcome to the next stage of our journey. All kinds of therapy are dynamic processes that require your full participation. So let's engage in one final exercise. Think about all the things you'd like to achieve through this therapeutic process. It can be anything you want. To feel more confident, more relaxed, perform better in exams, or become better at public speaking. The sky is the limit. Use this moment to write down what you'd like to achieve. Remember to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. A few key points to keep in mind to maximize the benefit from this series are: 1. The brain is not hardwired. Change is entirely possible. 2. Changing habits of thought and behavior requires intentional effort. You have to put in the work. 3. Hypnosis is a powerful tool, but you have to want to make the changes in your life. 4. Rewiring the brain takes training and practice. It's not enough to do the exercise once, it should become a habit. For this purpose, I recommend the following steps. 1. Listen to a hypnosis recording daily. 2. Engage with the content of this series. Revisit it as often as you like and do your own research on what's been said. Make it make sense to you. 3. Write down your affirmations, stick them somewhere you can see them, and review them daily. 4. Challenge your beliefs and thoughts daily using the exercise in the session on the role of evolution in emotional difficulties. 5. Keep a diary and write down how you feel because, remember, labeling your emotions calms down the limbic system and allows you to release the emotion. Try doing this for 3 to 4 weeks and notice any subtle shifts in your thinking patterns, your confidence, and general well-being. You're already doing a great job by engaging with this series and this journey as a whole. Every step, no matter how small, can lead to great things. You just have to keep trying and keep believing. Remember this metaphor of a butterfly effect. A butterfly flapping its wings in New Mexico can cause a hurricane in Africa. While not factually correct, it beautifully illustrates how small actions can create big change.